Oh, so you want to do that? Well, I felt like you would remember who I am. How does it feel?
It's crazy, but I'm so happy to be back.
Freedom may be sweet, but for Todd and Julie Chrisley, the question everyone's asking is, where do they go from here? After years of headlines, court battles, and even time behind bars, the famous reality TV couple has stepped back into the spotlight, and fans can't stop speculating about their next big move. Will the Chrisleys pack up and return to the coastal charm of South Carolina, the place where their story first began? Or will they carve out a brand new chapter in Nashville, the city that's been both a refuge and a stage for their most dramatic moments? Todd himself admits the answer isn't simple, because their future, and even where they'll live, all depends on one surprising factor. Just 2 years ago, the Chrisleys' glamorous empire came crashing down. In late 2022, Todd and Julie were convicted on charges of tax evasion and bank fraud. A stunning fall from grace for a couple once known for their over-the-top lifestyle and family humor on Chrisley Knows Best. By January 2023, both reported to separate federal prisons, with Todd sent to Florida and Julie serving time in Kentucky. At first, it looked like the Chrisleys would be spending nearly 2 decades behind bars. Their combined sentences totaled 19 years, a future that seemed sealed. But then, in May of 2025, everything changed. In a move no one saw coming, former President Donald Trump granted the reality stars a full pardon. Overnight, the couple went from inmates to free citizens, walking out of prison on May 28th with cameras, fans, and critics all watching closely. Their first step back into normal life, returning to Nashville, where they temporarily moved in with their daughter Savannah. For a family that had lost almost everything, this was more than just a homecoming. It was the start of a second chance. And yet, even as they tried to settle into life outside prison walls, questions began swirling. Would the Chrisleys stay in Nashville and rebuild? Or was this just a pit stop before an even bigger comeback? For Julie, freedom has come with more than just relief. It feels like an entirely new beginning. After years of stress, scrutiny, and even time away from her family, she's found unexpected joy in Nashville. Instead of managing a sprawling mansion with endless upkeep, Julie now enjoys something much simpler: convenience. She can walk to restaurants, grab a coffee at her favorite shop, or hit one of the countless gyms just minutes away. And perhaps best of all, she lives just a mile from her best friend Tyler, making it easy to reconnect and finally enjoy everyday moments she once took for granted. It's so much fun, she admitted in a recent interview, explaining that for the first time in years, she feels like she can truly breathe. For Julie, Nashville isn't just a temporary stop. It's a chance to live without the pressure of constant maintenance, endless responsibilities, or the heavy cloud of her past. Of course, Todd couldn't resist teasing her about how often she's out and about. But Julie stood her ground, insisting that this new lifestyle is exactly what she's been waiting for: a fresh start filled with freedom, fun, and gratitude. Still, while Julie may be falling in love with the Nashville way of life, her husband has something else on his mind. While Julie is savoring her newfound freedom in Tennessee, Todd has his sights set elsewhere. For him, Nashville might be convenient, but it isn't home. The pull of South Carolina, the place where he and Julie first built their lives before fame, is still strong. In a recent interview, Todd hinted that Charleston could play a huge role in their future. But this isn't just about nostalgia. Todd revealed that he has bigger plans. The idea of acquiring a massive mansion in the Charleston area, transforming it into a luxury hotel, and even building an entire reality series around the project. To Todd, South Carolina represents more than just a return to his roots. It's a chance to rebuild the Chrisley brand on his own terms, to prove that even after scandal, prison, and public criticism, he can turn controversy into opportunity. And here's where things get complicated. Todd admits that whether they move back will depend heavily on one thing: production. If the right projects and partnerships line up, the Chrisleys could be packing their bags for Charleston sooner than anyone expects. But if those opportunities don't fall into place, Nashville might just remain their home base, whether Todd likes it or not. If there's one thing the Chrisleys know best, it's how to turn real-life drama into reality TV gold. And now, after years of silence, they're back with a brand new series, The Chrisleys, Back to Reality. Set to premiere on Lifetime this September, the show promises to pick up where their story left off. But this time, the stakes are higher than ever. Cameras will follow Todd and Julie as they walk out of prison, reunite with their family, and face the messy, complicated process of rebuilding their lives in the spotlight. For fans, this isn't just another reality series. It's a rare, unfiltered look at a family trying to recover from scandal, reconnect with one another, and decide what comes next. Will Julie's new love for Nashville clash with Todd's pull toward Charleston? Will their marriage withstand the pressure of rebuilding while still under the public microscope? And most importantly, can the Chrisleys reinvent themselves in an industry that thrives on both success and controversy? The show is being positioned as a comeback, not just for Todd and Julie, but for the Chrisley brand itself. And if history tells us anything, the family knows how to turn chaos into ratings. But what does this mean for their personal lives? Well, that's where things get even more complicated. For all the headlines, scandals, and speculation, at the center of the Chrisley story has always been family. And in this new chapter, that dynamic is more important than ever. Right now, Todd and Julie are living with their daughter Savannah in Nashville, a setup that shows just how close the family had to become to survive the fallout. Savannah, who stepped into the role of caretaker for her younger siblings while her parents were away, has been both their biggest supporter and their fiercest protector. But living under the same roof isn't without challenges. Todd and Julie are parents used to being in control, while Savannah is an adult who's spent years proving she can handle the pressure of holding the family together. Balancing those roles now, in one house, is bound to create tension and plenty of moments that reality TV cameras won't be able to resist. The Chrisleys' other children remain just as invested in their parents' future. From Chase's outspoken personality to Grayson and Chloe still adjusting after years without their parents, the family's bond is being tested in ways most people can barely imagine. For viewers, this isn't just about watching a couple restart their lives. It's about watching an entire family try to rebuild trust, balance power, and heal from wounds that go far deeper than the public ever sees. And while Savannah might want her parents to stay in Nashville, Todd's dream of Charleston is still very much alive, which means the next chapter of their family story could depend on whether they stay united or start pulling in different directions. As much as the Chrisleys want to look forward, the truth is, their future is anything but certain. For now, Nashville is where they've planted their roots, but Todd has made it clear, the decision to move back to South Carolina will all come down to opportunity. If the right production deal lands, if the mansion-turned-hotel project comes together, and if cameras are ready to capture it, then Charleston could be calling sooner than anyone thinks. But Julie isn't as easily convinced. For her, Nashville has brought peace, freedom, and a sense of normalcy she hasn't felt in years. She's thriving in the simplicity of city life, while Todd's ambitions continue to pull him towards something bigger, flashier, and riskier. This clash between comfort and ambition raises a bigger question. Are the Chrisleys chasing stability or another spotlight moment? Their marriage, their family, and even their public image now hang in the balance of that decision. And the world is watching. After all, this isn't just about where they'll live. It's about whether Todd and Julie Chrisley can rebuild their empire, or if they'll fade into quiet domestic life in Tennessee. One thing is clear. Whatever path they choose, it won't be a small step. For the Chrisleys, every move is a headline waiting to happen. At the end of the day, the Chrisley story is far from finished. They've gone from reality TV fame to prison time, from scandal to a presidential pardon, and now they're standing at a crossroads that could redefine everything. Julie has found peace in the streets of Nashville, a life that feels lighter, freer, and more grounded than ever before. But Todd's vision stretches far beyond comfort. Charleston still calls to him, promising a bold comeback, a new project, and the chance to reclaim the spotlight on his own terms. Two futures, two very different paths, and only one decision that will shape the next chapter of their lives. So, will the Chrisleys choose stability in Tennessee, or will they risk it all for a South Carolina rebirth? One thing is certain, whatever move they make next, the world will be watching, and it just might shock everyone.